She had secretly created a hidden Instagram account just to air her grievances about me. In her posts, she painted me as boring, insecure, and nothing more than a placeholder until a real husband came along. I never would have discovered it if she hadn't reused her Netflix password. When I logged in, I grabbed screenshots of everything, every insult, every jab, and shared them without adding any context. The first person to see it? Her mother. But before I dive into the full story, I want to thank everyone for helping me hit 4,000 subscribers. I really appreciate the support. Let's keep this going. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and help me reach the next milestone, 5,000. Now, here's what happened. I'm a 29-year-old guy, and for the past year and a half, I've been dating Megan, who's 27. We met through mutual friends, hit it off immediately, and everything seemed to be going well, or at least that's what I thought. We even started talking seriously about moving in together once her lease ended in a few months. But last Friday night, she went out with coworkers to celebrate someone's birthday while I stayed home, scrolling through Netflix, trying to find a show she'd recommended. It wasn't showing up in my suggestions, so I thought it might be in her watch list. When I tried logging into her Netflix account, the password didn't work. I assumed she'd changed it recently, so I didn't think much of it. I gave her go-to password a try, the one she used for pretty much everything. Just for context, I work in IT, and I've repeatedly warned her about using the same password across all her accounts. She'd always brush it off, saying she could never remember different ones. This time, her usual password worked. As I was browsing her watch list, I noticed she'd been watching one of those cheesy dating reality shows, the very same one she'd always made fun of me for watching. It wasn't a big deal. I found a show I was looking for, watched a few episodes, and was about to log out. That's when I accidentally clicked into her profile settings. That's when I saw that her Netflix account was still linked to her email. A notification from Instagram popped up, saying something like, "Your post is getting attention." This struck me as odd, since Megan hardly ever used Instagram. Her last post was from a hike we went on together 3 months ago. Here's where I made a choice I'm not proud of, but one that completely changed everything. I decided to log into her Instagram using that same recycled password. It worked. What I found wasn't her usual account, the one all of our friends followed. No, this was a secret private profile with only 14 followers. The username was something like @RealMeganThoughts, and the bio read, "I could speak my mind without having to tiptoe around her feelings." My heart sank as I started scrolling through the posts. It felt like I was discovering a side of her I never knew existed, an entirely different person. The account turned out to be a catalog of complaints, frustrations, and harsh critiques of me and our relationship. One of the most recent posts, just a week old, read, "Another exciting Friday night with our watching documentaries. Is this really what my life is going to be?" Someone just ended already. There were dozens more like it, dating back 6 months. She called me boring, predictable, and said that while I was financially stable, I was emotionally empty. One post stung the most, where she wrote, "I'm just training wheels until the real husband comes along." She even criticized our sex life in graphic, cringeworthy detail. What really made my stomach turn, though, was when she shared a brief encounter with her ex and claimed she felt more alive in those few minutes than she had in months with me. Reading it all made me physically nauseous. This wasn't a one-off post or event after fight. These were deliberate, calculated messages, often cruel, painting a completely different version of reality than what she'd shown me. She'd been telling me she loved me, discussing our future together, posting selfies, making plans, while behind my back, she was tearing me down. Then came the worst part, the people who followed her account. I recognized several usernames. Her 2 close friends, both of whom had always been friendly to me. Her sister, the same one I helped move apartments just last month. Even a co-worker who had invited both of us to her wedding next spring. They had all seen this. They had all laughed. I logged out, sitting there in shock, staring at the screen. Then I logged back in and began capturing everything. Screenshots of every insult, every cruel comment, every personal detail she shared that should have been kept private, even the responses from her friends. some of which were outright mocking, others passive but complicit. At first, I thought about confronting her directly, but the more I scrolled through her posts, the more I realized this wasn't just a fleeting moment of frustration. It was a long-standing betrayal. She wasn't just venting. She was turning our relationship into entertainment for people who were supposed to respect it. And they were all complicit. So I made a choice. I put together a single post for my own Instagram, a gallery of the most shocking screenshots from Megan's secret account. No captions, no explanations, just her words, her true feelings, the side of her I'd never seen. I uploaded it on Saturday morning, then immediately powered down my phone. I needed some time to think, so I went to the gym for a couple of hours. When I turned my phone back on, it was like a fireworks show of notifications. My roommate was the first to fill me in. Her mother, Sandra, who had always been overly involved in Megan's online life, was apparently the first to comment. Sandra even had notifications for both of us. Her comment read, "Megan Christine Davis, call me right now. Your father and I are absolutely disgusted." That was just the beginning. Megan flooded my phone with calls, texts, and voicemails, ranging from furious to pleading. The first message was enraged. "How dare you go through my things? You had no right. Take it down now." Then came the excuses. That account was just a place to vent. It didn't mean anything. Everyone does it. She followed that up with threats. "My dad's getting a lawyer involved. You've crossed a line. This is defamation and a breach of privacy." And finally, the begging, "Ryan, please. My manager follows you. I could lose my job. Please, just take it down and we can talk." Then came the breakdown. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean any of it. Please, let me explain. I love you." I didn't respond. I let the silence speak for itself. By Sunday, the consequences had escalated. Her sister called, not to defend Megan, but to apologize for her own part in it. She admitted she should never have laughed along or encouraged those posts. A few of our mutual friends reached out too. They were shocked, saying they never imagined the side of her, and they expressed regret for what I'd been through. Even Megan's roommate, Kate, who'd always been polite to me, showed up at my place with a cardboard box filled with my things. She looked uncomfortable but sincere. "She's falling apart," Kate said. "I'm not defending her. Just thought you should know. HR pulled her into a surprise meeting this morning. She's on leave while they investigate. Apparently, they're concerned about the company's image." I nodded and took the box. Kate hesitated at the door and added, "For what it's worth, I didn't follow that account. She invited me when she created it, but I told her it wasn't right to post stuff like that about you. That's why she's been distant with me." Then Monday came, and Megan showed up at my apartment just after sunrise. Her eyes were red and swollen, like she hadn't slept at all. "Can we talk?" she asked, her voice small. I opened the door and motioned for her to come in. We sat across from each other at the kitchen table. I didn't offer her coffee. I didn't say a word. After a long silence, she broke down. "I've lost everything this weekend," she said, her voice cracking. "My parents are furious. My dad said he's stopping my student loan payments. Most of my friends won't even talk to me. Work put me on leave, and now I've lost you." She looked at me, her eyes filled with confusion and pain. "Why did you do it this way? Why make it public? Why not just talk to me first?" I met her gaze and said, "You mean the way you talk to me? The open, honest conversations, or the kind you had behind my back for 6 months while everyone else laughed at me?" She winced. "That's different." "How?" I asked. "Is it because you never thought I'd find out?" "That doesn't make it less cruel. It just makes it sneakier." She didn't reply. After another long pause, I spoke again. "You know what's ironic? If you'd come to me and told me you felt stuck or bored or whatever, I would have listened. We could have worked through it. But instead, you pretended everything was fine to my face, while treating me like a joke to everyone else." She tried to minimize it. "It wasn't that many people, just some close friends." 14 people. I said flatly, "Including your boss's daughter. Doesn't exactly scream safe space, does it?" Her tears came again. "Please, Ryan, take the post down." I get it now. You've made your point. I'm begging you. I looked at her calmly. I didn't destroy your life. I didn't write those posts. You did. All I did was hold up a mirror. She eventually left, and there was no closure, no forgiveness, just the raw truth between us. Later that day, I removed the post, not because she asked, but because I felt everything that needed to be said had already been said. It wasn't about revenge. It was about stopping the act, ending the pretense. It's been 2 weeks now. Megan's staying with her parents. I've heard through the grapevine that she's back at work, but she was passed over for a promotion that was practically guaranteed. Most of our mutual friends have gone quiet, unsure of what to say. Surprisingly, her mom sent me a kind message, saying she was heartbroken about how everything ended, but understood why I reacted the way I did. She mentioned she was working with Megan to help her learn from this. As for me, I'm managing, processing, healing. I replayed everything more times than I can count, but I don't regret revealing the truth. Some people think I went too far, that I should have just ended things quietly. Maybe they're right. But when you spend 1.5 years loving someone who was attending the entire time, it changes something in you. I wasn't just betrayed. I was the punchline of a private joke. That's the part that haunts me. The version of Megan I loved never existed, and I was the only one who didn't know. TLDR, my girlfriend had a secret Instagram where she mocked me to her inner circle while pretending everything was perfect in our relationship. I found it,